All right. So this is our second podcast since coming back to doing podcasts, I guess since our reboot. And so this is kind of a special podcast in a way because it's our pre-E3, which I think we've done a couple of times, but it's been a while, obviously.
Wait, E3's coming up?
Allegedly.
I thought it was Gamescom.
Oh, crap. Gotta get ready for that.
We're doing a bit that, I didn't know we were doing.
It's improv. Gosh, you ruined it.
Is this the bit? So I'm just going to let everybody introduce, I guess in the order that we are in the mumble right now, we can give our introductions and then we'll go right into the E3 stuff. So I guess Baltes, you're at top.
Hi, I'm Baltes.
Hi, I'm Britt.
This is super awkward. It's Mayday.
What's up, guys? It's Rob. You guys know me. If not, then I'm Rob.
Good job.
And I am Ruju.
And I
That's not
am
your
Bear.
real name.
That was
Whatever.
good. We did a really good job.
We're the best at introducing ourselves, of anyone.
It's our best intros. Maybe someone on YouTube suggests us how we should intro.
I think we
I
should
don't
do
know.
it like WWE does. Just have our own theme music and everything.
Oh man, we need like a Titantron. We can edit that in.
Yeah.
have our
I'll
own
just do
intro.
WrestleMania 2000 intros.
Mine's a tornado siren.
Yes.
Just like Prince Fielder.
Yeah, exactly.
Can mine also be a tornado siren, or are we not allowed to double up?
Everybody's just tornado sirens.
Yeah.
Yours can be a hurricane siren.
Okay, that's different.
From Canada, Bear.
That's awesome.
All right, so we're going to go over each of the conferences. We're lumping all the third-party ones, Bethesda, EA, Ubisoft, and the PC one. I don't know if PC is really third-party, but anyways, we're lumping all those. Square Enix, I also forgot to mention that. Lumping those into one, and then we're going to go into Microsoft's conference, Sony, and then Nintendo. And we're just going to give kind of our predictions and expectations for what we want to see out of each of those. So it's not... we can, if y'all want, give like a bold prediction on each, but you don't have to. It's kind of do whatever you feel. So let's start off with the third parties. And Baltes, since you're up top, I think what you'll start out with, but what are you thinking about third party conferences?
I just looked at a list and I didn't know this, but just so everyone knows, apparently Oculus VR is holding a press conference on June 11th. Nobody knows.
Tomorrow?
Yeah,
That's
tomorrow. 1 p.m. Eastern.
Whenever this podcast comes out, it could be in the past.
10
Exclusive.
a.m. Pacific. It will be on Twitch. But nobody knows what they're showing. But I don't really care about that.
Do with the Oculus Rift. I'm just gonna guess.
Maybe not Project Morpheus. What I'm really excited for is Sunday Bethesda. That's all I wanna. I took off the first half. I was supposed to work Sunday night, and I used the last 6 hours of vacation time that I had to take off half the night so that I could stay home and watch that instead of the Game of Thrones finale.
That is commitment.
Wait. Is it really happening at the same time as Game of
I'm
Thrones?
gonna record it. There is DDR
Bethesda. No, Bethesda's at 10 Eastern. Game of Thrones is 9 Eastern. Yes,
Oh,
we
thank
can
God.
watch both of them.
They knew what they were doing.
Guys,
Thank you, Bethesda.
I've got an exclusive right here on the podcast to drop. Fallout 4 is coming out.
What?
That's going to be at the conference.
You did it, Britt.
Jeez, man, I thought
That's
they were
crazy.
just gonna talk about ESO for an hour and a half.
Well, I also have a
I just
Nintendo
got that
exclusive
game.
that I'll announce at the end. Keep going,
Crazy.
Baltes. Sorry, I interrupted.
Prediction. I think it's the trailer was amazing and it was all in engine. It looks pretty polished already. Of course, I mean, it's E3 coming up. Everything always looks a billion times better. But I'm confident it'll be out this year. I'm hoping October. both Fallout 3 and New Vegas came out in October. So I'm hoping they follow that with Fallout 4. I'm glad it's not releasing on last gen consoles.
I think it's gonna be a fall release as well.
They like fall and winter. Skyrim was a November release.
Fallout? Get it?
Oh,
they had a lot in that trailer. Like they've been working on it for a long time. So
It just seems so soon to me, though. Like 3-4 months. I don't know. Seems too soon.
I do not think it will be this year, but I do not know when it will be. I just don't think it's going to be this year. But I also
Flashbang
my Metal Gear Solid is in the September 1st, so I want the rest of the year to love that game like it should be loved.
They usually release about a year after the announcement. With Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Skyrim, all of those came out a year after the announcement. But they all had much different announcements. We saw a cinematic trailer and then we didn't see anything else for a while, if I'm remembering right. I know with Skyrim, at least, that's how it was. We saw the cinematic teaser at, what was it, the VGAs, right?
Yeah, something in December.
I feel like they've been working on it in secret so long, it's got to be this year.
So, and it doesn't really seem like they built a new engine for it. They just kind of like really vamped up the engine they had for Fallout 3.
Yeah, really, they keep the same structure.
Yeah.
The Skyrim engine, it used a similar structure to the Fallout 3 engine, but according to them, it was completely different. Looked the same to me.
That it is going to be buggy as hell when it first comes out, because that's just how those games are. But I'm still
it's a
going to
Bethesda game, yeah.
Yeah.
And years later.
So for those keeping tabs, so Baltes says fall this year. Rob, did you think this year?
Yeah, I think it's going to be October, November release. I'm
saying next year, fall of next year.
Oh man, I don't want to wait that long.
Ruju and Bear, I think both said next year as well, right?
Yeah, I think fall next year, like, almost seems too far. Like, I know I just said fall this year's too soon, but I don't know, maybe, like, meet in the middle, maybe, like, spring. I'm indecisive.
I was also going to say spring, so you can't pick that one.
Oh, early summer.
Isn't that what spring is?
Shh.
I'm going to say November this year. I think they're going to do a late November, right around Black Friday release.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
I would love that so much. I hope I'm wrong. I want it to be that.
And part of the thing is I was reading about, there's this huge Fallout 3 New Vegas mod that is like supposed to really go live like around that time. And so I don't know if maybe, because that's been in the works for a long time in the modding community. So I don't know if they might capitalize on that too. Sorry, guys.
I know
That's interesting.
Nexus Mods was saying that since the Fallout 4 announcement, their servers have just been getting slammed.
Yeah. Yep, I'm super excited though. I hope that they show like some gameplay footage, maybe like a mission or something. Because they've got, how long is that conference? An hour and a half or something? Like they've already announced the game. They've got to show something.
Yeah, I was actually surprised.
To show, they're going to show it. Like if they have a mission that's ready to show, they're going to show it.
Yeah, that or maybe just like walking around the main, whatever is going to be the main city, like it was in Fallout 3.
It says titles confirmed to appear include Doom and Fallout 4.
Yeah, Doom.
They have that game Battle Cry as well. I don't know what that is. Is that a MOBA?
Or Battleborn?
I don't know.
I believe it's
Battle Cry?
I want to say it's like a
Battleborn?
team-based shooter, like in the same vein as Team Fortress, but I'm not sure.
It's Battleborn, and it's
Battleship.
It's Battleborn, and it's by Gearbox.
Liam Neeson's.
Which is it?
No, Bethesda has a game called Battle Cry.
Okay, so there's Battle Cry and Battleborn.
In their favor, having two games, or a game rather, with a really similar name to another game.
I hope they have like some Dishonored 2 stuff, but I don't know, that might be a little much to...
A remaster is rumored to be announced at E3.
A remaster of Dishonored?
Yeah.
Oh my god, just make the second one.
Well,
I think what they do for a lot of those remasters is they get like they're not this usually different developer to do the remasters while they're working.
Yeah.
On there. So
it may be them gauging how much interest there still is in Dishonored 2.
Yeah.
Kind of like that's what I think they're doing with Mega Man right now too by re-releasing the. Oh,
I'm excited for that.
I am too, but I saw a bunch of like the Mega Man fans that I thought were going to be super pumped, and they were just like bashing it. And I was just like, this is probably why I don't get any more games.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with it. They're like focusing on like making it for all future consoles, basically. Like you're gonna have to buy it again, but like they're gonna make the game so it can be like ported onto all future consoles, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I guess people are mad because it does only have like the 6 games, and they probably wanted more. But
aren't they just doing like the NES games?
1 through 6, so yeah, those are all NES. Or redone in HD with like replay and leaderboards and stuff like that. It seems pretty cool. The price, it comes out this summer, and I think it's going to be $15 or something like that. And it's good. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's priced too poorly.
Yeah. Before we get off third party, I'm kind of excited about the EA press conference, which is kind of weird. But,
tell us why, Rob.
But I freaking hope that they're gonna talk about or show or do something about Mass Effect 4 that would like make my E3.
They'll have something.
Yeah, I'm like, what does E3 do? And I'm like, oh, Mass Effect's one of my favorite series. Good.
Because like we don't know anything about it yet, basically. So this could
I feel like
the
at the very least they'll have some kind of like concept art
or a teaser.
Yeah.
They're supposed to show more Battlefront. They're supposed to show Battlefront, Need for Speed, and Mirror's Edge. And
I forgot about Mirror's Edge.
And I'm actually interested to see about this Need for Speed because I haven't liked a racing game since Need for Speed Underground 2, and this next one is supposed to follow that formula more.
Yeah, I don't know if BioWare's really had the time to do stuff for Mass Effect 4 with Dragon Age like having, when did that come out? Like last November? So I guess they've had a little bit of time.
And they're also BioWare's allegedly working on a Star Wars game and a Mass Effect game. And a Mass Effect remaster is rumored as well.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, I know that people joke like this is the remaster generation, which it kind of is. I don't have that big of a problem with it. I would rather see new games, but I would really want to see a remaster, especially of the trilogy updated on these consoles, because it makes a big difference if it's done well.
And remasters really, they cost money to make, but not as much as making like a new IP. So the studio's not really out all that much, and like the fans who love the game can like pick it up.
Yeah, that's exactly why they're doing it, because I'm guessing, every generation it's getting more and more. I don't hear them so much talking about it this generation, but y'all remember when like the PS3 and Xbox 360, it was such a big deal that making these games now were, above like some movies and things like that. So, I think like above a lot of movies. But anyways, so I wonder. I'm guessing this generation is the same, and so a lot of them are seeing like, Last of Us kind of really started or was one of the first ones, and it did super well. So remaster galore.
Yeah. Plus, like with the loss of backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
It's a way to sell those on consoles.
Nintendo's got it. Well, I would also like to see some Cyberpunk 2077, but I don't think that's going to happen at all, because Project Red or whatever has just been freaking crazy busy with Witcher. Like, they're patching that game like every week, it seems like.
They sold over 4 million copies in 2 weeks. They obliterated GTA 5's record. And if you that is just fantastic.
Wait, did it?
Yeah. GTA had a record of like 2.5 million in 2 weeks or something like that.
Because when you think about like known game franchises, like Witcher really isn't that far up there. Like GTA, like you say that and everyone knows what you're talking about.
Supposedly, also we might get some Red Dead Redemption 2. So.
Oh my god!
Snap!
They said that they were gonna release. Yeah, they said that they were gonna release something about it in June. Why would you do it in June if you don't do it?
God, that would be amazing. That's like one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh my god! If they Red Dead, for people that don't know, it's like my favorite game of all time. It's at least top 5. So
yeah,
I'm all about the Red Dead.
I think the landscape is ready for another Red Dead.
Yeah. When do you think they would announce that? Like maybe a PlayStation press conference?
That's the thing.
That would make sense. They don't have their own conference.
I bet Microsoft gets it. Well, I don't know. Who does Rockstar usually? Because I always picture Peter Moore up there flexing each year with the new. It was Peter Moore that did that, right? He would tattoo he did it.
Oh yeah.
Well, they did GTA 5 with Sony, so it would make sense. They tacked on to Sony, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be on everything, but I think announcing it with Sony probably makes the most sense.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's because Sony's going to get I would guess Sony's going to get the deal with From Software to get to announce the Dark Souls. That's going to be
true
on all of them. But maybe Sony's. Maybe that's where they feel like their advantage is, and they can. I mean, obviously, the next GTA is going to be on all the consoles, but they want to be able to be the one that announces it. And I don't know, like the whole psychology behind that, like how big of a difference it makes. It must be something because, I mean, I always hear that they pay out the butt to get to be the one to announce the game. So I don't know. Remember, it caused a lot of confusion actually with Metal Gear.
Oh yeah.
People are like, so is this exclusive? And I think it's whenever they get to announce it, then they get like exclusivity. Like they can't say anything like, well, it's going to be on our console too for like a couple days or something. I don't know. It's always just really weird that
very silly politics.
Yeah. So who knows? But that's going to be interesting. Who's going to get to be the one that announces Red Dead?
Do we want to jump right into the PlayStation since we were already talking about it?
Wait, I want to talk about Square Enix. That's a third party, right?
Yes.
I am excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, obviously, and the next fall, Final Fantasy, but I'm also excited for the new Deus Ex game that they announced.
Oh, snap, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's called, I forget right now. This is awkward.
I forget right now. That's a horrible title.
I think that'd be mellow. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, it's been so long since I've had a Kingdom Hearts game that I forget what it's like to be excited for a Kingdom Hearts game. The same thing with Final Fantasy. I mean, we've heard about this Final Fantasy, the next one coming out. They were talking about it at E3 in 2006. So
yeah, they announced it as Versus 13 before the PS3 came out, and it didn't release for the entire PS3 generation.
Didn't they break that game into 2 games? Like one of them's already out now.
I don't know. They had announced Versus 13 and Agito 13, and they released Agito 13.
Huh. Cool.
I forgot. We're missing. It's fine if we go over a bit over, especially because the third parties are all bundled into one thing.
Real quick, I expect. I don't know if they'll announce it, but I have a really good feeling about Final Fantasy 15 being released on PC. Square Enix has had a huge PC push lately.
I can see that.
And they've been talking a lot in YouTube videos about tech demos and stuff. And they recently released an updated tech demo for DirectX 12 of the engine that Final Fantasy 15 is running off of. I think it'll sell well on PC. I'll buy it on PC over console. Kingdom Hearts 3. I know people want a Kingdom Hearts release on PC. That'd be nice. I'm not as hopeful about that though.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
it just
not
seems
as
like a
hopeful.
console game.
Yeah, I just can't picture it. Also, Deus Ex, the new one is called Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
I think I like your
I
title
can't
more.
wait.
Do we want to talk about Activision? Like, apparently they're releasing a new Tony Hawk game, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Activision? I thought Activision was dead.
I'm in 7th grade again. Woo!
No, Activision makes, like, don't they make the Call of Duty games?
Yeah.
Who here plays Call of Duty?
Nobody. I mean, they're gonna announce
Call of
freaking
Duty.
Black Ops 3, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yay!"
Oh, they already confirmed Black Ops 3 is coming to last-gen consoles as well.
Yes, they can milk them for money too. Sorry if there's any Black Ops fans out there.
They have their own MOBA coming out too, Overwatch. It's like there's a lot of MOBAs coming out.
Overwatch. I thought that was what's the one that? Oh, never mind. Okay.
Who does the
Wait, Overwatch? That's Blizzard. But
Yeah, I thought that was Blizzard.
Blizzard and Activision are one and the same.
There's a new Rock Band and a new Guitar Hero being worked on, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't Activision own one of those?
I think they're on Guitar Hero.
I believe so. I think Harmonix is a rock band.
Yeah.
Or do I have that backwards? It's been a long time since there's been a Rock Band or a Guitar Hero game.
Apparently in the new Rock Band you can like ad-lib, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, that is cool. Oh, Rock Band.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited about the new Tony Hawk. That like brings back memories of the original PlayStation.
And Activision's doing that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they're gonna kind of like base it off the same model as like a Call of Duty, where you kind of like level up your skater. Because that could be interesting.
You start off as a young teenage punk and you slowly turn into a beautiful 40-year-old Tony Hawk.
As long as there's a fat suit mode, because that's like some of my favorite videos from Viva La Bam and stuff is Tony Hawk skating in the fat suit.
Yes.
And Blizzard won't be at E3, or of course they would, because they've got their own BlizzCon, so they won't.
BlizzCon November. So
we won't get to see. I'm looking forward to Overwatch a lot. But
yeah, me too. It's like a tower defense type game.
It's almost like a blend. You know, you got TF2 kind of mixed with a little bit of a MOBA-esque, and like not really, but it's
like what
more
I saw,
TF2 if anything.
Kind of reminds me of what was that game? Like Castle Defenders or something like that.
Might have been the game mode because I think it has different game modes and stuff like that. Okay. Like Capture the Flag and I don't know if they have Capture Flag, but they have different game modes.
What about Ubisoft? Does anybody care about Ubisoft anymore?
What do they?
I still like Assassin's Creed.
What do they do? Oh, Assassin's Creed.
I still like watching Assassin's Creed videos on YouTube since the games don't seem to run well anymore.
Yeah.
Far Cry 2.
Yes.
Yeah, but
they just had games.
Yeah.
They have a lot of goodwill they have to win back with what happened with Unity, I think. So
I really like the style of Syndicate, but I'm gonna wait for it to come out. I can't buy that game at launch. I have to see it.
I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, and even I was like, there's no meat to this like teaser trailer. Like it looks like it could be any Assassin's Creed game, you know? But
yeah, I think that's kind of the problem, is they're all kind of feeling like the same game now.
Ever since Black Flag, I think they've just started blending together a little bit. Apparently Rogue was fantastic, but
that's what I heard.
I think they need to just I think all their games, like say Black Flag, like had come out 5 years. Well, obviously, technology and stuff will change, so it wouldn't be able to stand its ground. But I'm just saying, like, say Black Flag had came 5 years after another Assassin's Creed, I think it would have been, even though it was still praised and everything, but it's just different now because there's an Assassin's Creed every year, and I'm sure Syndicate will probably be great.
Knock off the yearly releases. There was last year.
There was last year, yeah. But I think they're they're getting a little bit of like IP 50. They need to wait.
Last year was rough for them between Watch Dogs and
Watch
Dogs
was
really
okay.
that bad.
I think it got a lot of flack for not being exactly what everyone thought it was, but and the huge delay between when it was first teased and every time they showed it, it seemed like a little bit less and a little bit less, but it's still a really good game.
I'm gonna call Watch Dogs 2 announcement. It's 100%.
It's rumored.
Probably. Yeah,
could happen.
Child of Light sequel was rumored as well.
That would be awesome because I think like their game was amazing when it came out, and like they got a lot of love from like indies and everybody, so that would be really smart on their end.
the game I'm actually looking forward the most from Ubisoft, and it's been at the last two E3s, is The Division.
Yes, that's right. The Division. That's what I
was that the Tom Clancy one where they were like blowing up walls in the house and they cut through the ceiling? What was that game?
Yeah, it's
what was that?
No, The Division. That wasn't The Division.
No.
Division is kind of a MMO-ish post-apocalyptic. Well, not. It's what
It's the one it was
Wall Street
like
just fell.
snowing and they were out in the city and.
Yeah. And
Okay, I remember.
Yeah, and you're basically. I don't know how many party members you can have, but you're going through the city and other people who are on. I don't know if it's exactly an MMO or if it's going to be kind of like an instanced MMO where you're going to certain pockets and you're kind of phasing in between. So I don't know how that's.
They did a live gameplay demo for it during E3, didn't they? Yeah.
Yep, last year.
I remember that one. I was more interested in what I think was a Tom Clancy game.
I want to say it was Rainbow Six, but
The Division is a Tom Clancy game.
The Division is? Because there's also Rainbow Six Siege.
That was it. Sorry, I'm eating crackers, and it's really rude.
What kind of crackers?
Crackers on top.
We could get a cracker sponsorship for our podcasts.
Yeah, Cracker Jack.
Brought to you by
Ritz Crackers. No, it's not.
Not actually crackers, by the way.
I was going to say, those are like popcorn.
Did you say Ritz aren't actually crackers? They're never going to sponsor us now. Dang it.
No, I said they're not actually sponsoring us. I don't think I can claim that. I don't even think I could joke about that.
Can we? Oh, yeah, we're joking. But Ritz are pretty delicious.
But seriously, Cracker Jack.
Cracker Jack, yeah.
We're putting out our new line of crackers.
TSG crackers. I don't want to start that.
Cracker Jacks. Now, crackers.
It only makes sense.
Okay.
All right, I guess. So that is there anything else we want to talk about for? We covered a little bit of Ubisoft, Square.
I think that's everything in the third-party stuff.
About it, but yeah.
All right, well then I guess it's time to move on to M Money Sign. Is that the thing? Microsoft.
Don't cut yourself on that edge, Britt.
What'd you say?
I said, don't cut yourself on that edge, Britt.
Oh, going out.
M Money Sign.
I'm
just kidding.
But who wants to start us off? Microsoft.
I will start, but it won't be very exciting. But like Microsoft, is probably one that I follow the least. Like I do, like Gears of War and stuff like that. But the one thing I really liked about Microsoft is they had really a lot of good, like, what are they called? Like indie games that came out. Limbo came out on Xbox first, and it was like one of my favorite little tiny games. And they are making Inside, which is like a spiritual sequel of Limbo 2. So I hope they talk about that during Microsoft. So, like I said, not very exciting, but I'm excited for it.
The only thing I want out of the Microsoft conference is Age of Empires 4. Do it, Microsoft.
I think they are supposed to. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, they're supposed to be working on a strategy game. And it's like a beloved strategy game. So if it's anything other than Age of Empires, I'm gonna burn their conference to the ground.
I wonder even how that would be like now. If they would like take a Civ approach, or if they do like more like the old Age of Empires.
I want it to be like the old Age of Empires.
It needs to be.
It should, yeah.
Like crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like people will pay for there to be prettier water. So let's go, Microsoft.
I could see like Microsoft saying, "We teased the beloved franchise strategy game, and here it is." And it's like Banjo-Kazooie strategy game.
It's like Command and Conquer or something.
I would break my television. I would
Then
throw
Jehovah.
something at my television.
Well, EA's Command and Conquer, aren't they? Maybe we'll get that.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna announce like not a new system, but like a new Xbox One.
They just did.
Like a, well, dang, I'm ahead of the game. They got me.
Exclusive, right on the podcast.
There's 1 terabyte
show it
Xbox
off.
One coming
Yeah,
out with
okay.
a modified
about that.
controller that has a regular headphone port
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
yeah. And the plugs into the controller.
Yes.
It's the first
Yeah,
time hearing
so
about it.
I think that they'll take quite a bit of time talking about that, and probably like their Windows 10 like integration, because
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to be a
Yeah.
big whole thing.
I bet. Do you think they'll? I think they might focus on that a lot, which that would actually
Yeah,
excite
I
me
think
if. Because I mean, there's supposed to be a lot of rumored like the Xbox One games and playable on the PC and things like that with Windows 10, right?
That could be cool.
Yeah.
That would actually be interesting for once. Like, through all the sloshing through, like, the social media integration and, like, you can do this from your Xbox that
Yeah.
no one ever does. Like, that would be the one thing that might actually be interesting.
Well,
think that's-
they just got Sling. Sling's making an app exclusively for Xbox too, right? It's sort of like Roku or whatever, but you can get live cable channels.
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
Sling.
Well, and Microsoft also just released in the States TV tuner for an antenna TV tuner for the Xbox One.
So you can watch TV on your Xbox.
If you
Yeah,
have an
that's
actual
antenna.
TV.
Huge now.
So if they pair that with a price drop, it would make a lot of sense for a lot of people who have been sort of like weighing on picking
Yeah.
up one or the other to pick Xbox, because they could potentially, if they only have like a couple things they watch on television live, not have to worry about having cable, you know?
I think they'll for sure do a price drop, especially if they're announcing this
They
new
announced
system.
that as well.
Yeah. Okay.
The
So I
500
don't know.
gig is dropping to
Okay.
$350. Officially, it'll be $349 for the 500
Cool.
gig model.
Cool.
The 1 terabyte will be $399.
Our podcast has so many exclusives. Like,
Yeah,
Oh, my
I know,
God.
we're, like breaking stuff.
They definitely
cool,
need
cool.
to announce something for Sony and Microsoft to make them different, because like Xbox,
Mhm.
the difference between like the Xbox One and PS4 for me, the only reason I would buy a PS4 over an Xbox is just because I have like more nostalgia I feel with it. So like,
Yeah.
but if there's a price drop
Yeah.
or something like super exclusive for Xbox, I would like buy it. So I think that they should focus on trying to do that, because I think it's a lot for a lot of people that they're kind of on. They're teetering on which one they can buy. It's not
Yeah.
like a big winner.
I'm the same way. Like, as far as I'm concerned, they're fairly interchangeable. I'm not
Gears of War.
I'm not
is
married
expected.
to any one console. Oh yeah, new Gears.
The,
I wouldn't expect like a lot of new IPs from Microsoft.
It's
between
expected
Gears
either
and Tomb
new
Raider.
or a rematch, or a collection is rumored.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of like individual like console IPs anymore anyway. Like it's all basically cross-platform.
except Nintendo. Well, Nintendo.
Yeah, except Nintendo.
It's like Nintendo has the reverse problem. They don't have any
Yeah.
third-party support. It's only
Yeah,
Nintendo.
exactly.
Yeah, so Nintendo just like, but I guess we'll talk about that a bit later. But yeah, they don't have any
Yeah.
third-party support. It's like ridiculous. Or it
Yeah.
could be viewed the other way around, and they don't support their third-party developers very well. But anyways,
I would expect
Well-
a lot of Halo and a lot of Tomb Raider to be shown.
Agreed.
I can't
Probably.
think they're gonna
Looks
be
good.
heavy
Oh, I
Halo.
forgot.
was
Tomb Raider
awesome.
is an exclusive
I liked the
now.
last Tomb Raider. Oh,
I
is it
loved
now
it.
exclusive?
is
I
it?
played it on the PC.
It's
Oh,
gonna
I
start,
don't
starting
know
off
about
as an
that.
exclusive. I don't know if it's gonna stay an exclusive. I would be very surprised if it did.
Well,
But
Yeah.
the Tomb Raider series confuses the crap out of me because there's the Tomb Raider, the real popular one, the reboot that just happened, and then there's the Tomb Raider. I don't know what it is. The little
Yeah. It's like the squad based or whatever.
Yeah.
Games. Yeah.
what the like top down. It looks fun. It's like Crystal Light. I forgot what it's called. Not Crystal Light. Something
Temple of
Yeah,
Crystal.
it's like a
Osiris?
puzzle game.
Maybe. Yeah. Is that the exclusive one, or is the big?
No, the
the big
exclusive one
the
is
Rise
the
of the Tomb Raider,
big
the new
one.
Huh.
The
I'm
sequel to the.
really surprised if that's like actually an exclusive.
It is to start. Like I was
Huh.
saying, I really don't expect it to stay one, but They paid money to get the timed exclusive, so.
I think like Sunset Overdrive, that was a really cool new IP. I hope if they can give like another Sunset. I mean, obviously not Sunset Overdrive, too, but a new one like that'd be cool.
Yeah, I feel like Sunset Overdrive kind of got like overshadowed though. I don't know.
It fell off the radar real quick. I didn't hear much about it afterwards.
It looked real repetitive to me. I'm sorry. It looked like really cool and the colors and the gameplay, but it just looked like it was the same thing over and over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking here. The sales didn't do too well.
Lame.
I heard. I mean, it looks really cool, and I was a big like Jet Set Radio, and that's what kind of reminded me of. So I want to try it out. I don't have an Xbox One, so but when I get one, I want to try it out. But just reading these articles, the sales weren't amazing.
I just really hope they don't announce a new like I don't know freaking add-on for like the Xbox One. I think they've learned their lesson from that, but. Like a
peripheral of some kind?
Yeah, another kind of like peripheral or controller type gimmick thing.
Kinect seems dead.
Yeah.
Do you guys think they're going to open up with Halo, or do you think they're going to end with Halo?
Probably open
or
with
middle.
it. Would be
I think
my guess.
open with Halo, end with Gears.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Because everyone knows Halo's coming. It's like
heavy. If they ended with Halo, that would be a little disappointing.
Halo's already dated. It's October, I believe. End of October.
Yeah, they're in the thick of their marketing campaign with the two stories.
Something totally terrible to start with. I hope it's like Joe Montana Football 16, just like out of nowhere.
It's my favorite game series, Joe Montana Football.
Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot.
It's seriously going to come to Microsoft, supposedly.
Just get Joe Montana up on that
No,
stage.
I'm not kidding you. They're making the game.
That would be
the
amazing.
game is happening.
Yes. It's going to happen.
I'm just saying that would be literally the best thing if it just starts with Joe Montana.
That would be great.
Please, Microsoft, let's do it. Come on.
Is there anything else we want to add about Microsoft before we move on to?
I had something, but it went away, so it'll probably come to me like in Nintendo.
Isn't Rare bringing something?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And nobody knows what.
Well, Epic's working on Fortnite. That could be cool because I think that's going to be on console as well. I think it's like.
I don't think I know what that is.
They showed it like 2 E3s ago. Is it canceled?
No, it's happening. I was reading about it today. Like it's a kind of like a base defense game. Like you have a certain amount of time to like build up your base and defend it against like hordes of zombies that are like rushing in. Kind of one of those games, but they're like streamlining it. It seems like it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be free to play too. So
interesting.
Wonder if Microsoft might come out and say, "Hey, Bloodborne's now," because I wonder if that's going to be a timed exclusive.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. What if they just open up with like Kojima on stage? Like, remember those rumors?
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Amazing.
I would love that.
That's a shot.
I would probably like go buy an Xbox One.
Alright, I guess now we'll move on to Sony.
Woo!
Yeah, Sony.
Well, we know Dark Souls 3 is going to happen.
Yes.
That, I think they'll probably start or end with that. I'm guessing, because I can't think of... I mean, they've got new Ratchet & Clank, which looks pretty cool. I watched 8-minute gameplay of it, so it's like a game. It says like a game based on a movie, based on a game. Was like
those games are always so fun.
Yeah, they're... I
guys, we should do a Ratchet & Clank marathon.
Oh man, this new game.
We already did.
Wait, we did?
Mini-thon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now, yeah. I remember that.
Good job,
totally. I was just
January.
joking.
You should do it
Awkward
again.
at all.
Oh, in January, I was busy going on a billion vacations, so... Oh, I think I was in Disney for
I
that.
was starting my new job, so that's my excuse.
Was it end of January?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I was in Disney. Do you
Yeah, I
expect
think
me to
you were.
watch streams in Disney?
That's what Disney's all about. Watching streams. But
we're gonna get some Final Fantasy stuff, I'm sure.
You think there and not at Square Enix?
Wait, they're having their own conference?
Yeah,
Square
Square
Enix?
Enix
Yes.
is
Oh,
having
okay.
their own conference.
Huh. I don't know,
So
maybe
it's possible
both?
it'll be at both.
Yeah.
it's funny that Sony has their own thing, but it's certain brands you associate
Yeah,
no matter
exactly.
what. Just like Metal Gear, it's hard for me to think that, oh wait, Metal Gear is on. I forget that Metal Gear is on.
It's weird, man. Like, I don't think I would play it on an Xbox just because it would feel too weird.
Yeah, it's marketing, man. But yeah, what is kind of weird is when Ubisoft and Square and EA do all their own things, like their own conferences, and then they show them again at the big three ones, and it's just like,
yeah,
we just
it gets really
saw
annoying.
that.
You've seen the same game 3 or 4 times by the end of the week.
I don't know. It's still kind of new at that point. Like, at the end of the week, you're like, okay, I've seen this a billion times, but
Don't
I
they
don't
usually
mind.
just come out there and they're like, day one exclusive. If you buy it on PlayStation, you get the Harlequin.
Oh god, I hate all that stuff so much.
We're going to see lots of Batman, I bet, during, E3. It seems, because, I'm sure they're going to want to do a big push. It's probably going to be one of those, how they always, like, show LA, and they always have these huge banners. I'm guessing Batman's going to have one of the biggest banners.
Yeah,
Probably,
Batman and Halo are probably going to be, like, all over the conference floor.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Mass Effect 3? 4? Not 3?
Hate to
Metal Gear
would-
Solid's gonna be everywhere.
Wait, what?
What
3's already
year is
out? Dang it.
I would buy a Mass Effect trilogy on next gen.
Yep,
I really
would too.
would.
I hope they're listening. Like,
Me
get
too.
that out.
I would as well.
You heard it here. EA
It's
buyer.
for sales, yeah.
What's
I'm
next?
sure they're gonna
Sony?
show some.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
talking about Sony now. We're doing
we
a
are.
bad job, kind of.
Was Heavy Rain Sony like PS3 exclusive?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see another game like that.
See,
Very interactive,
I don't know.
very different.
They did
I-
Beyond Two Souls, and I don't think it did very well.
Yeah,
think
games
so
like
either.
that kind of have burnt out, it feels like.
I
Well,
like
I also want
story-based
Spyro,
games,
and
but
that never burned out for me. I want like Spyro or Crash Bandicoot. I always see them saying that they love those games and they want to bring them back. So do it. Just do it.
HD remake.
with the way that the ukulele Kickstarter took off, they're paying attention now to people wanting platformers back. So
What is
Plus, Spyro's in that Skylander game.
yeah,
So
and those make
it,
so much money.
yeah. So even kids
we're
know
gonna get
Spyro is.
stuff about that too, I'm sure. Like that Legos Dimension one actually looks kind of cool.
That's the one that's like Disney Infinity with Legos, right?
Yeah, but apparently there's different worlds, and you can play as Batman and a
fantasy world?
Scooby Dooby. Scooby Dooby. Okay. You can play as Batman in a Scooby Doo level, so that's pretty cool. You can drive the Batmobile down the road or the Golden Brick Road of Oz.
It's
Is
exactly
the Scooby Doo
like
level
Disney
just
Infinity.
where it's like a hotel and there's a bunch of rooms and you're just running between all of them for 5 minutes?
That sounds like bad fan fiction.
Disney Infinity, you can't mix the things. If you're playing a Pirates of the Caribbean level, you have to play as the pirates. You can't play as another character. In this, you can mix everything. Which is
Today I learned that Rob
Like a
has
fan
played
fiction.
a lot of Disney
I
Infinity.
haven't played any Disney Infinity. I just know
Oh,
this.
sure. Uncharted.
Yes, Uncharted.
I think it was Europe. The PlayStation Store in Europe accidentally leaked confirmation of a Uncharted Nathan Drake collection for PlayStation 4. So we know.
Oh, well, they put it out officially just 2 hours later.
Oh, did
Well,
they?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
World exclusive.
that's confirmed that we're seeing 1 through 3 being released, and I'm excited for more news about Uncharted 4. Those were the first games I bought for when I bought my PS3 was Uncharted 1 and 2.
I think I missed 3. I never played that game.
Came at the same time Mass Effect 3 came in.
Did it? Okay, that's why I missed it then.
No, I was.
Oh, I see what
razzing
you're
you.
doing. You got me.
It may have, for all I know. I don't know. I've never played an Uncharted game.
It's
pretty good.
did you play Last of Us?
I don't have a PS4.
Oh, that's right.
Naughty dog.
That was a good game.
I really
That
hope
looks
that
really
they
good,
start by just showing the same trailer from The Last Guardian that they showed in 2009.
Oh
and
god,
yeah,
Guardian.
and then refusing to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a good
63
point,
in a row
actually.
where they're like, "Oh, Last Guardian rumors. It's totally gonna be there."
Yeah.
Don't
I remember
get
when
your
I
hopes
wanted
up.
that game like 5 years ago.
I don't
think
even
what I'm
talk about it
most
anymore.
excited about the Sony conference is actually seeing or getting a release date for No Man's Sky though.
Yes, that
That'd
game
be
needs to be
amazing.
out already.
Yes, it does.
Do you think it'll get talked about at the PC, Microsoft, or is it gonna be like one of those all of
I
them
thought it
again?
was
All
Sony
over the place.
exclusive.
Is it?
They, I don't know.
I
I
can't
think No
remember.
Man's Sky is Sony exclusive. I mean, it could be
Let me look
wrong,
it up.
but
Let's see.
get
No
some
man.
fact checking going on here, guys.
It says I think you are right. It says PlayStation 4, Microsoft
Yes.
Windows, so PC
Okay.
and PS4.
Yeah. If they have a date, they'll show it at both. If they don't have a date, they might just pick one. And it would probably be Sony. I don't know.
Because we saw a lot of it last year, didn't we? Like we played a part of the game.
That was at the December thing, wasn't it? I could be wrong. I
think you might be
Microsoft
right.
wants No Man's
Huh.
Sky, but it's
Oh,
not
yeah, that was it.
confirmed.
I really like what I see so far, but I'm trying to say I can't speak. Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I love the idea of
excited.
exploration, and I love the idea of. Did you hear what they're doing with And I've always wondered if a game would do this because. It's basically like infinite. Like you can go to all these planets and all
Yeah.
that stuff. What they're going to the extreme. They're even generating random music. So the planets are going to have
That's awesome.
or I was reading something about it. So with one of the logarithms they had where they can actually generate music that sounds like human composed or whatever. So I believe that's the last thing I wrote on it. But I want to see more. But the idea just sounds awesome. It sounds like the ultimate expert go around sing stuff game.
I'm
apparently it's
worried it's gonna be a little too unfocused. Like you go to 2 planets
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, I've seen all
Yeah.
there is to see." So
I could
I'm-
see that happening. I could see it being huge for a week, and then
Yeah.
there's nothing left to do. Or
I
I mean,
feel
there's
like
so
they
much
will
left to do, but
have some kind
you
of
don't know
system
what.
that directs you, now go here, or you
Yeah,
go
I
here,
think
whatever. But as
That
long as
might be
there's
why
something.
they're. Yeah, I think that might be why they're waiting so long too. Is just to get that in place because they don't know what it is yet, or something. Or didn't know what it was.
Because we really haven't been given what I mean, I don't want to say the point of the game, but what's going to be pushing you. I mean, they've given us little stuff, but we don't ultimately know what's the main driving force, I guess.
That's kind of what happened with Starbound too. The game is so good. I love that game for 2 weeks, and then you're done with it. There's really nothing left to do.
Yeah, I bet it's going to. I've got, like I said, cautiously optimistic. I think it'll be good. We'll see.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to bring up because I really did like Heavy Rain a lot, and apparently Quantic is working on a game right now, so it wouldn't be surprising if they brought up, they showed off their game.
Yeah.
So
just go ahead.
I was gonna ask, wasn't there a game by Naughty Dog or was it Insomniac where there was a spy and it's a little mascot and they just showed it for a little bit?
Sly Cooper?
Yeah.
No, not Sly Cooper. It was a new franchise and
Hitman. Oh.
No, I just if you're watching on YouTube, if you could just I think it was Naughty Dog or it was Insomnia. It was this new spy looking character and it had the same. I think it was Naughty Dog because
I have a really vague recollection of what you're talking about, but I
The only
can't.
thing I can think of is Sly Cooper, but that's not what you're talking about.
let me see. Wikipedia Naughty Dog. It'll probably have a list of all the games.
Drooper.
Back to Last Guardian, though, I would love to freaking see something about that, but
They did say
I
it
don't
wasn't
know.
dead. They said definitively, no, we're not dead. We
They
don't have any
keep
other information.
doing that. Just
Yeah.
It's like the old guy in Monty Python. I'm not dead yet.
Yes.
But
You would
that's
think
it.
they've been working on it since like 2006. You would think that they had the game and like they had the visuals and stuff, and now they've had to like update it, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Something
been
has
so long.
happened behind the scenes that has stopped them from finishing.
Because whatever
game,
they
but
started in 2006 would be obviously pretty much outdated by now.
The release was
Yeah.
originally planned for 2011. Well, you guys are late. Formally
I just
announced 2009 at E3, in dev since 2007.
they'd either call it dead or they would like give you something. Like this whole like, no, it's still there. Okay, that's it. That's all we have to say this year about it. Bye.
Yeah.
The real question
That's
is, will
cool.
we see it on PS4 or will they skip to the PS5?
Jesus. At this point, like, skip to the freaking PS6. Like,
In
I
the
don't even
year
know.
3000.
Yes.
I am also excited for it though. It's a game that everyone's forgotten about, and
Yeah.
it's not like Final
One of those
Fantasy where
games.
you kind of forget about it and then you remember, oh yeah, it's coming out, yeah. But this one, like, it's whispered. It's like, oh yeah, I guess that they're still working on that. Yeah.
I like that the animal creature in the game is supposed to be called Trico. So
Like the flying
that-
dog from Neverlasting Story.
Neverlasting Story. I'm gonna go soak my head in a sink full of water.
Neverlasting golf stopper.
Neverlasting Storm.
With
No.
Schmalkor, the love dragon.
Yeah, that's the one.
So since it's gonna be it was Ico, and then what was the second game?
Shadow
Shadow
Class.
of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus, and they were like, it's not a sequel, but spoiler alert. Well, if you beat it, you know that they lied. It was very directly related. So Trico, kind of a 3 Ico. At least that's what I thought. I figured it's going to be connected somehow.
Illuminati.
So do y'all guys think it will be shown? Do you
I
think this
don't,
is the
but
year?
I mean,
Nah.
that's
Yeah, no.
just because every single year people
Cautiously
think
optimistic, like
Yeah.
Yes.
I won't put money on
That's
it,
gonna
but
be
I
the theme of this podcast. We should just name it Cautiously Optimistic.
like
At
it.
this point, it's Half-Life 3 to me. I just
Do you guys have any bold predictions for Sony? Anything like out of left field?
Not really.
New Twisted Metal game, maybe? No.
I don't think so. I don't
No,
think so.
I
Last
don't
one
think-
sold.
the last
Not
one
that
was
great.
bad.
Yeah.
I heard
Those
it's
kind of
not.
they
games
still
seem kind of dumb.
sell
A new God of
PSPs?
War?
Would they renew that?
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
PSP.
No, I
Yeah,
probably
I forgot
not.
about the PSP.
And,
but
well, and the Vita's pretty much dead over here. In Japan,
To
it's still
be-
going strong, but just,
yeah,
they don't care about it over here.
they didn't
Japan
talk
loves
about
them
the
handhelds.
Vita like at all last year during their E3. You guys
And
remember
they
that?
probably won't this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
It's a very 3DS market. They tried. It's not a bad system, but
I like my Vita, but
Do you think Dark Souls 3 will be exclusive, or do you think it'll be? I don't think the Souls series
Maybe
will
time.
be exclusive. Oh wait, no, I forgot. They already
Yeah.
leaked it. It's going to be on. It's going to
Oh,
be
is
on
it?
all the consoles. I forgot.
Bloodborne was exclusive, and I was actually kind of surprised about that.
Yeah, I think it's because they got backing from, or the Tokyo Studio. I think is the one that did it. Element from Software, and that's a Sony developer. So I don't. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm surprised that they're gonna announce like Bloodborne, a new Dark Souls this like close after Bloodborne.
Well, they've got two teams,
Yeah,
Tokyo Studio,
okay.
and then but yeah, it is pretty close.
Because
So-
they say they were gonna release a whole bunch of DLC,
DLC?
for like Bloodborne? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm
other
guessing
team.
I'm guessing Front's the other team is it's going to be the Dark Souls 2 team is most likely the one that's going to be making Dark Souls 3, whereas and then the Tokyo Studio or wherever it's called will be doing the DLC. I have no clue, but that's
Cool.
what my guess would be.
Did the Tokyo Studio do Dark Souls 1?
Yeah, and they did Demon's
Okay.
Soul.
That makes sense.
From what I understand, there's a lot of mixing of these teams. I mean, because the guy who heads His name slips my mind. The guy that people always throw out, like, oh, is he heading this game? He is going to be heading Dark Souls 3. No, let's see.
Miyamoto.
Yes, Miyamoto. That was them.
Del Toro.
I'm gonna look it up just so I can.
Oh, hey, while we're on the subject of Del Toro, anyone think Silent Hills might come back?
No, oh god, dead. I wish. But I am excited that they're like tying Del Toro to like the Fallout cinematics. That's pretty interesting.
The rumor was that his production company had produced a trailer. I haven't seen confirmation that the one we saw was, but hopefully we do see one from them.
Sorry, Britt, I didn't mean to change the subject. The wound is still fresh.
You ruined it, Darren. You ruined it.
I never got to play that demo. I just always saw the pictures of Daryl
on the PS4.
Oh, do they? I thought that took
millions of dollars.
I have it on mine, yeah.
If you still had it downloaded, then you still have it. If you were like me and deleted it, well, then you're screwed. Can never experience that again.
Scary things anymore, anyway. I'm just a scaredy cat.
Game was crazy. You can ask Ashley. I was screaming playing that game.
It's true.
The name I was looking for, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. Hidetaka Miyazaki. I would pronounce his last name wrong, but that's it.
I think you did it right.
I did it. But he was the director for Bloodborne, Dark Souls, and Demon Souls, whereas Dark Souls 2 he just supervised. So, and he's supposed to be the director on the Dark Souls 3. So,
cool.
That's the only input I had. Is there anything else we want to add before moving on to the final conference, and that is Nintendo?
Well, you brought up Miyazaki, and you reminded me that it probably will not happen, but a Ni no Kuni sequel would be really nice.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Does Studio Ghibli? Is that how you say it? They did that, right? Ghibli.
They collaborated on it with, I think, was it Level 5?
Are they still around?
They are.
They just don't have the guy that made.
He's retired, and then he's like, "No, I'm just kidding. I'm still gonna make movies."
Oh, okay. It's one of those.
He's like Hideo Kojima.
He's pulling a Rocky.
Okay, that was all I had to say.
Nintendo.
Although here's an article from November 2014. Miyazaki confirms retirement, says Studio Ghibli not making any more feature films.
I believe he said that right after or right before the Wind Also Rises came out, and then they made another movie. We'll see. Nintendo.
All right, guys, we're gonna start Nintendo's off with another exclusive. Hyrule Warriors will be coming out on the Nintendo 3DS.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, just leaked today.
Is that going to be cross-platform?
There's going to be some type of functionality. Like if you buy it, you can get those characters, the Wind Waker characters. They go onto the console version. So what I was really surprised by, and this isn't 100% confirmed, I think, but at least on the box art and stuff, that game is not Nintendo, the new 3DS exclusive. It's actually It looks really good graphically and stuff. I mean, we didn't get to see too much of it, but when I looked, I was like, oh, okay, this has got to be Nintendo, the new 3DS, just like Xenoblade was or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's
and Xenoblade, considering how many things looked terrible.
On the new 3DS?
On the new 3DS, yes. I did.
I thought it looked good for a handheld game.
For a handheld game, it looked good, but it looked terrible.
Okay.
If you judge a fish by how well he can climb a tree.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do we think it'll be the same exact game, or
I would bank on it?
Yeah, I think it's a port. I don't know.
Oh, it's a port?
It may have some, gyroscope.
Well, that's what I mean. Is it a port of the same game, or is it a different game?
I don't
think it'll be a straight port.
Some stuff up.
Yeah.
Like maybe at a shop or something crazy like that.
They'll have to make some changes.
Is that what you call crazy?
Because it was. I know the Wii U
Nintendo.
version suffered from a lot of frame drop issues, hardcore frame drop issues. So if it's a port, we may have to see like fewer enemies visible on screen or something like
They're
that.
calling it Hyrule Warriors 2. I kind of doubt that it's a port. Like, I'm sure they're using the same engine, but...
Are they
Oh,
calling
Are
yeah.
they
it
called?
Is it two?
No, it's
Are
Hyrule
they not?
Warriors. No,
Oh.
it's just Hyrule
Sorry.
Warriors.
My bad.
Well, I still don't think. Okay, so I think it'll be the same game-ish, but I don't know if it's going to be a port. Like, they're probably going to rebuild the game. Just, I don't think they're going to use the same engine or anything. They're just going to rebuild it, which a lot of the games do when they go down to when they scale down. They don't just port it.
The 3DS version is being worked on by developers Omega Force and Team Ninja and Koei. Who's Omega Force?
Team Ninja.
That's the only
That's
name
cool.
I don't recognize. Oh, Team Ninja. Bless their hearts.
New Ninja Gaiden. It's coming out.
Speaking of Team Ninja, but not, is it going to be a new Metroid? Because Team Ninja did the last Metroid game.
They sure
yeah.
did. Should probably not.
You shut your dirty mouth.
I
That
think...
game was good.
Ish.
Slash fan Rob.
I would love to see Metroid. I hope Team Ninja is not part of it this
I
time.
highly doubt it. Highly
Listen,
doubt
the
it.
Stream
thing
Retro
that sucked
Studios
about the
guy.
game was the story, and Team Ninja didn't write the story, okay? That wasn't
I thought
their
they did.
fault. No, it was all Nintendo sanctioned. I mean, Nintendo wrote it,
Was it?
didn't they?
I don't think so. I think it was
It
Team
didn't seem
Ninja.
like a very Nintendo story.
The the gameplay I thought was solid.
Yeah, it was.
The story seemed
Story,
forced.
the dialogue, characters, everything
Enough
about the
about
gameplay.
Sure.
Metroid.
And,
So how much I pay attention, but was the last Metroid Other M?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
In an interview with
Metroid.
In an interview with G4, Team Ninja made it very clear that the game's story was Nintendo's job.
Oh,
The story was the product of Mr. Sakamoto at Nintendo. We worked with them on the project, but that was all him.
He made sure to get that across.
Well, it's one thing I guess when you write the story, but it's going to be Team Ninja that, like, it would be.
Yeah, they're the ones
terrible
that
voice
carried out the
actors.
story.
Are we talking the bare bones of the story? Like, then Samus goes here, and then this happened. Or are we talking like they crafted the whole like the baby?
Then she gets
Yeah,
an
my only
energy
problem was
tank,
the
and she
Justin
has more
Bieber song.
energy.
To me, it'd be like saying, like, JR. I don't know what I was about to say. It's
J.
like
Edgar
saying,
Hoover.
like, Tolkien wrote Lord of the Rings, but Yui Boll did it. But it's Tolkien's fault because so, I don't know. That's a crazy comparison.
No, I
But
get what you're saying.
I get
Speaking
it. It's like
of-
the adaptation kind of adaptation of it.
Rest in peace, Uwe Boll.
But like I think we were talking, Britt, and you said you thought that it would be a 3DS maybe Metroid.
I think because of what happened with Other M, because I'll acknowledge it was not received well, and I don't think it sold all that well. I think Metroid in general doesn't sell that great for them. It sells okay. I mean, obviously that's why they keep putting out more Metroid games. But I don't know if they'd be willing to take a risk on putting it on a console. I hope so. Like I would be more happy. Yeah, I want them to, but I kind of think it's going to be a handheld, and I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it's who's the guy that did the Retro? I think it'll be Retro.
I think Retro? That would be cool.
I would love if Retro would come back.
Another
Yeah.
Metroid
Do you
Prime.
think it would be
God.
like the Prime series or completely different?
Another Prime game. I'm okay with that.
That's what
Or
I
Donkey
want.
Kong.
But I bet they go because
Donkey Kong.
I think because because remember whenever they got done with Metroid, they're like, oh, we want to try something different, and so they did. It was Donkey Kong, right? The Country Returns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they did Freeze too, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So I bet they're thinking. I bet you they get Metroid back because that's what people are wanting, and then I bet you they take both of those experiences and do a side-scrolling like Country Returns. I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say like a Donkey Kong Metroid like mashup.
No.
Man, I would play it.
Not like Donkey Kong Country Returns. They do the side-scrolling classic whatever. What was that rumor we were all talking about last time we did a podcast? Or maybe it wasn't a podcast. Maybe it was just on Vent. What was the mashup that was ridiculous, but we're like...
Star Fox and Metroid.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people legitimately thought that it was a thing. And, like, I just wanted to bang my head against a wall violently every time that someone legitimately spoke about how, oh no, it's totally legit. Like, why would you think? How does this make any sense at all?
Space.
At all. The final frontier. Jink.
There's ridiculous crossovers.
I mean, but now we've seen some weird crossovers. Mario. What's that Mario puzzle thing?
Mario Puzzle Dragons or something?
Apparently the game is, like, amazing.
Is that a crossover of some type? Well, we've seen, what was it, a Fire Emblem
well, it's
Pokemon
two different games. It's not one game. Like, one of them's like the Dragon one, and one of them's the Nintendo character.
What was the Pokemon crossover?
It was a Pokemon and that the strategy game. It wasn't Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem?
He came
like what was it called?
Pokemon stuff. That Pokken game?
Naba,
like the Tekken Pokken?
Naba. I can't remember.
Oh, Nobunaga's Ambition.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. And yeah, like Fire Emblem. What was the other crossover y'all just said about?
It was Fire Emblem and game with the ladies.
Yeah, so Nintendo
Dead or
it's
Alive.
Possible. Yeah, that one.
But that Pokemon fighting game could be interesting. Because it's like the Tekken team, apparently. Like, in Nintendo.
I just want fatalities. I want to rip Mewtwo's tail off and then choke him to death with
Mortal
it.
Kombat. That's
Oh my god.
If it's just
I know,
like Smash
but...
Bros with like Pokemon, that's fine. If it's like weird,
I don't think it will be. I think it'll be like a Street Fighter, like a Tekken game, which is going to be insane.
Are they like
weird,
man-shaped Pokemon?
I don't know.
Bipedal Pokemon? Confused.
I'm just gonna play Snorlax every time. Roll around the ring and crush my opponent.
Yes.
I want to use Diglett and see how they make that work.
How much Star Fox we'll see?
Oh, I think we'll see a bunch.
I don't know. I still think they're being weirdly, like, keeping it under their hats. I think we'll see some, but I don't think it'll be the centerpiece of their...
I think we'll see a ton of Zelda, like, probably less Star Fox than Zelda, but...
I would think the other way around.
Yeah, they'll end with Star Fox. Star Fox would be a good ending point unless they've got Metroid, and if they've got Metroid, then Metroid's where they end.
I don't think they have enough new Zelda to show off yet.
They specifically said they wouldn't be showing Zelda.
Oh, really?
I think so, didn't they?
But it was December when they said that it won't be in E3, so it may have changed.
It could have changed, yeah.
Yeah.
Because what happened is they delayed it, and then it was like 2 kicks. Because it was like, it's delayed, and I was like, oh, well, at least we can watch it E3. And then he's like, by the way, we will not be showing it at E3. I was like,
that sucks.
But, you know, it could have changed.
They would show like a dungeon or something. That would be pretty cool.
They've done that crap before, though. I mean, they've said things like, there's not going to be a new 3DS. And that was literally 2 months before the new 3DS came out. So
Nintendo doesn't give the no comment. They'll just straight up lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Very direct.
They've gotten good at that.
One of the great things about Nintendo Directs is just because something's not going to be at E3 doesn't mean you won't see it literally a month later. Like,
they did
another Direct.
Yeah, they did that the very first year they did the Directs, and I didn't feel like it was... I felt last year's was good, the Robot Chicken one, but then the year before that, the first time they did the Direct, I thought it was... I didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
I was mad that they weren't doing a big on-stage thing.
Well, like, remember they did a Direct like a month after that, and they like debuted like 2 new games or something. I was like, I mean, I understand that, I mean, a month in game development can make a big difference, but I was just kind of surprised that they were okay enough with what they were having to show at E3, and then like a month later, they're like, I don't know, I thought the direct after the E3 was almost better than the E3 one, so it was just kind of weird. But the Robot Chicken one last year was pretty solid. I wonder if do you think they're going to have them directing it, doing it this year, because it was pretty popular. I think it went over well, at least with the viewers.
I hope they do, or like maybe Mega 64
Yeah,
or
I was just
something.
gonna say. I thought I read something about Mega 64 doing like something really Nintendo-y.
They did the Reggie
that
robot.
Reggie thing. Yeah.
They did the Reggie robot and the thing they did this year too. Even though they didn't appear in it, they're the one that they directed it and produced and did it and everything.
Which one? Oh, the Reggie Goes for the Gold one? Yes.
Yeah, that was them too. So, but I don't think they appeared in it at all. But there was like an inside Mega 64 trick.
A bold prediction. I think we're gonna get a Animal Crossing for Wii U.
Diana's gonna hate you.
Oh God.
It makes sense.
My Wii U would suddenly be the most used system in my home if that's the case. And I'll end up needing a second Wii U because Bree's gonna want to play it too.
They just released like Happy Homemaker or whatever thing.
It's like
I think that they could like tie that in too. Like I don't know.
I bet they would. It seems like perfect. I'm not. Is anybody? I'm the Happy Homemaker thing. I don't know. Maybe I need to play, but I am not happy with.
Yeah. It seems like
with Happy Home.
He's got an angry home.
But I would be down for the console. I understand that it feels like a handheld game and stuff, but I kind of play my Wii U like it is a handheld. Like I sit on my couch with the gamepad, and so
I'd be okay with it. I prefer it on the handheld, but I mean, I think the Wii U would be a cool place for an Animal Crossing. So
that's what I want.
Whatever happened with that Mighty 100 or whatever
Mighty
game?
Came and went.
What Wonderful
Wait,
101?
did it come out?
Yeah, it came out a long time ago.
Jeez.
People like it,
101,
apparently, but...
Dang.
Yeah,
gotta catch up on my Nintendo.
Platinum Games did that. Same people behind Bayonetta.
Cool. I guess it was cool, according to people.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know about it.
Platinum is announcing another game at E3, and people are speculating if it's like a new Wonderful 101, a new Bayonetta. We have no clue. Could be a new Metal Gear Rising as well, so we don't know. I still need to play Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah.
I still need to beat it. I stopped playing in front of like a really hard boss, and so I tried to play it 6 months later, and I died.
Didn't
still need to beat the first one.
The series, so I kind of skipped it.
My big prediction for Nintendo's is they're going to announce. So the conservative not surprised. What the heck am I even saying? Big prediction. My conservative big prediction.
Optimistic.
Yes, my conservative one is they're going to announce Mother 3 for the Virtual Console.
Oh man!
Oh, Britt.
A new Mother game.
My big one is that it's going to be like a trilogy compilation on 3DS. The reason why I think it is because they're so open about talking Earthbound now. They've actually put Earthbound on the Virtual Console, but then they just Lucas comes out the June 14th. Comes out the day before E3 start. I just think it's kind of
exactly.
The stars are aligning. Like, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it now. I feel like if it's not now, it's never happening.
They should just release another Mother game for the 3DS.
No, because then that'll be another one we don't have.
I think like Bear said, the stars are aligning, and the fact that in the whole robot chicken thing they did last year, like all the little jokes they made. One of them was about Mother 3 and Reggie zapped the kid, but all the other jokes actually happened. Like I want Star Fox. There was something else, and then there was Mother 3. Everything came to fruition except for Mother 3. That's gonna happen. It's at E3 confirmed. Podcast exclusive.
Hurry for.
I think they're also gonna roll out their new rewards program thing. We'll probably hear
that Club Nintendo's
did. I forgot about that.
That's a good point, actually. That's this will be perfect to announce that.
Yeah, I think they'll spend quite a bit of time explaining that.
I'd like a new Paper Mario. Just gonna throw that out there. After Sticker Star was so disappointing.
So sad.
Did we find out if it was fake or not? The 1,000-Year Door 3DS little image that was going around on the interwebs, was that?
That's the first time hearing of that.
Yeah, there
Pretty
was
cool. I play that
there
on my
was-
3DS.
It was a while
there
ago.
was
though.
a guy on YouTube who claimed to have made the leak.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's fake.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. Well,
Yeah, now that I think about it, a GameCube game on the 3DS. Like,
they did a Wii game on the 3. Okay, wait. Here's another one. Speaking of GameCube games on the 3DS, is Twilight Princess. Remember that rumor that was going around? There was the one that was. It was debunked. The one that was the guys were going around to the Zelda Symphony and putting it, or were
On
opening
3DS.
Yeah, and a lot of people were like, "Well, I knew it was fake." But it's like, well, the reason why they were doing that is because there was another rumor months back that Nintendo was sending out. It was in their surveys, like, would you like to see Twilight Princess or whatever? That doesn't mean it's going to come up, but they were at least surveying it. So I don't know. Nintendo likes to do ports or remakes or whatever games. So
yeah.
Do y'all think they're going to just jump ship on the Wii U and mainly focus on the 3DS, or do you think they'll try?
I think that's the smart thing to do. Like, honestly.
I think Wii U's gotten a lot more momentum this year between Splatoon and Smash Bros. And Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It's like it's on the uptick.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
everyone
think that they'll bail.
expected it to like blow up after Mario Kart, and I don't think it took off like as much as they thought it would. But
The sales of both of those games were really high.
Yeah.
But
it had a slow start, but I think Nintendo's dug in with it for at least a couple of years now.
I think this is the E3 that we will like know what kind of the future of the Wii U is about.
Yeah, I really wish Zelda was coming out this year. I think that could
me
have.
too. I think that's
Won't we all?
kind of.
As of last month, they
bad
were
move on
still
my part.
under 10 million sold. Unfortunately, 9.5 million
Jeez.
we used. Yeah, PS4 is sitting at 22 million.
I think, like I was saying earlier, like way earlier in the podcast, Nintendo, it's like they have their own grade or whatever, just because it's just a Nintendo machine. Like you don't buy the Wii U.
There's,
I mean,
like,
now
no
sadly,
third party.
exactly. Like they can't. At least with Sony or Microsoft, you can pick up Grand Theft Auto, you pick up The Witcher, you can pick up all the big third-party games, Assassin's Creed, whatever. Nintendo is literally like a Nintendo machine, so it's like
They've
10
got,
million.
like Nintendo and Bayonetta, and that's like it.
Yeah,
I mean, they did try. Like, it launched with Assassin's Creed, and it launched with.
Yeah.
Did it launch with Batman? I think it did.
Yeah,
I think so. Armored Edition. I think
Yeah,
is what it was
just
called.
I don't think people dug those ports enough, and they were like, "Well, we tried. It failed. Back to first party."
Yeah, which first party is why people. I mean, that's why I have a Wii U. It's like I don't try to think. I don't have any of those third party games. It's all Nintendo stuff, and that's good enough for me. But I can see why the broader audience, obviously the other consoles are gonna play everything except for those Nintendo games, and that's why they have 10 million sales, because they have to get their Mario, Metroid, Pokemon, all that stuff. They have a bunch. It's just outside of the Nintendo games, you're not going to get to play those. Unless it's an indie game, then there's a chance it'll be on there.
I think
And that's why I really don't have a Wii U, and I haven't gotten one since like a Wii, because I mean, I like Pokemon, but you played on 3DS, and I liked Super Smash Brothers a lot and Mario Kart, but I played those with my siblings, and now we're all older, and I would just be playing by myself all lonely. So, like, there's really nothing that they come out with, like Metroid or Mario, that would make me want to spend like how much it is, $200-$300 on it. I would use it as my Netflix.
Well, that's I mean, that's part of the thing. Well, like, I got the PS4 because I've always had a PlayStation, so it just seemed like a no-brainer. But I mean, Rob has played all the PS4 games. I mostly used it for like random crap,
Really, my PS4 is. I looked at the hard drive earlier, and I have less than 100 gigs left, and it's all random crap, free stuff from PSN.
That PlayStation Plus stuff is just such a good deal, and you have to get it.
Yeah,
but I wish
I'm sure that July is going to be huge for PlayStation Plus and Xbox. Because they're going to want to capitalize on all the new people who are going to subscribe again after E3.
Yeah. They'll probably have some really awesome games. Like this month, they had Ground Zeroes for PS Plus, which is pretty awesome. It's like a $30 game.
Oh, shoot. Really?
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
go download it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go trade in my physical copy and then download it.
Oh, you have? I didn't know you had it. That's cool.
That's
For me-
what I did with I don't remember, Killzone. Yeah, I traded in my copy of Killzone.
No, I
They
didn't know
gave
it was
me
on there.
$20 for it, and then I downloaded it from PlayStation Plus.
I would love to see a new Mario game, not just like one of those new crappy new Super Mario Brothers Wii U or whatever,
You
but
mean
like
a
an
new-
actual, yeah, like a new franchise, like Galaxy was, or like
Sunshine 2.
was. Yeah, well, not Sunshine 2. I want something completely different.
Everybody
It's-
asked for Galaxy 3, but I wouldn't mind that. But I'm kind of interested to see what else they could do.
Exactly.
Well, they said a couple of years ago that they were working on a new, like what y'all are trying to say, like a new, you got Mario 64, you got Galaxy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, for me, I have to have the Nintendo console just because I've always played like the Mario, the Zelda and stuff growing up. But there's something I was going to say about the PS4, though. With the PlayStation Plus, though, that was, I felt, was really smart, the way that they worked in those free games and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if for Nintendo's next generation, which I doubt they said, once again, they always say things and it doesn't happen, but they said that they would not be showing off or talking about their next generation console, but they did bring it up at that investor meeting.
Yeah.
So maybe they would talk about that, but I wonder if Nintendo will do something like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of that talk's going on like behind closed doors right now. Like they're not sure if they want to like keep spending all this money on like the Wii U or just like, I don't know, go all in with their new console. But I think it's still like at least an E3 away. Yeah.
I don't think it's a solution to their problems. I think if anything, it's going to compound their problems. Like the Wii U was confusing enough.
Yeah, what I want with the new Nintendo system is just get rid of all the gimmicks. Just give me an actual like controller and let me play the Nintendo games that I love on it. That's
Which
all
is when we heard about the NX, what was the comment that they made? Something about how new interfaces or something like that, or they're trying to challenge things, and it sounds like they pretty much just want to do the same crap they did again. But I mean, it worked with the Wii.
I don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah,
because when they talked about it at their whatever, I can't remember what that was. It was whenever they were announcing their partnership with whoever that mobile company is in Japan. They just what they said was that they wanted it to be highly integrated with like other like handhelds and stuff like that. But I didn't. From what it sounded like is that they wanted to have a more powerful machine the next time. So I don't know. I mean we're just gonna have to wait. But I would be surprised if they went the next generation with another less powerful system. I think this next one will be closer. I still don't know if they're gonna how much they're gonna invest in getting third-party support and all that. Which, I mean, maybe they like the idea of it just being a Nintendo machine. I don't know.
It'll take a lot of work. The next system, I don't see it being backwards compatible unless you already have a Wii U. You know what? They could sell the Wii U tablet, but it'll piss some people off. I'm okay with it. But if they have to sell it with the tablet, it's just going to drive cost up, and it's going to be a gimmick again.
Yeah.
I like the controls of the Wii U. I don't know. I mean, it just feels like a regular controller with a screen. It drives up the price. That's the part I don't like, but as like a controller, it's fine. It just feels like a regular controller.
It feels weird to me. Like anytime I played one, I don't know. I don't feel like comfortable with that giant thing.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Any more Nintendo predictions?
I don't know. Nintendo can be such a wild card.
They really are.
Japanese man will be adorable.
Yes, that's true.
That's my prediction.
He'll ask us to please understand.
Yeah.
Take a look. It's like his go-to line, I think. Please understand and let's take a look.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I love Nintendo. I don't want it to seem like I don't like Nintendo because I grew up playing those games. I want to be excited about Nintendo games again.
We're cautiously optimistic.
Optimistic.
I did love those games as a kid, but I've grown more into I don't know if I want to say darker, because that makes me sound kind of weird, but like the the more serious games, because Nintendo's usually all like brighter colors, and even like Metroid and stuff like that. Zelda, I mean, Twilight Princess was a little bit darker, but I don't know. I guess it's a different kind of... Yes.
Megan likes to throw on her My Chemical Romance albums and play Silent Hill in the dark.
But I didn't. I did not.
Well, you
but
can borrow
I do have
my
very
album.
fond memories of Nintendo, and I hope that, kids these days, their parents buy them a Wii U, and they have nice Mario and stuff memories.
Silent Hill's jumping ship to the Wii U.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Kojima's going to Nintendo.
Metal Gear Solid 5 on Nintendo. On Wii U. They did say the engine is incredibly scalable, so it could happen.
I could do an entire podcast talking about Metal Gear Solid 5. I think we might need to do that, Megan.
All right. I will allow it.
They when they showed off that Fox engine, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, they said like specifically like it would be multi-platform, and that includes like we could have them on the handheld. So I mean, I don't think they'll do it for the Wii, but that was their claims.
I just remember, and I can't even remember if it was E3. It probably was, but when they showed they called it Moby Dick like Studios, and they were showing like the scenes of the hospital, and it was Metal Gear Solid, and it's like, and it's about to happen. I'm so excited.
I am. Man, I'm gonna buy that game, and I'm probably gonna love it. But I'm very cautiously optimistic about it. Just because of what I've read and stuff. Like, it's not as narrative focused as the other games, which super disappoints me. But I mean, it's not even out yet, so we don't really know.
Yeah, I think with the game being that open, probably couldn't be that way. But
yeah, exactly.
The game has microtransactions. That's been confirmed.
It does. That's
optional microtransactions.
Well, hopefully it's just
skins.
Yeah, stuff like that.
It's hard to think of games nowadays well, it's not hard to think of games, but a lot of games have microtransactions now. Some are done better than others. Hopefully it's just little stuff. Like gun skins, or I don't know.
I'm excited. I'm excited about this E3, though. More so than it was last year.
I'm always excited for E3. I always try to play it off I mean, it'll be this.
I'm usually excited, but I don't know. Last year, I just wasn't feeling it as much.
There's a lot of things, like TV shows or something, I'll have to set an alarm on my phone because I'm afraid I won't wake up. E3, like the night before when I know like a conference, I don't have to set anything. My body just wakes me up, and I'm just like, I'm looking at the alarm, and I'm just like, I can't sleep.
Oh, it starts on Sunday. I'm so excited about that freaking Sunday press conference.
I'm like a little freaking kid, but it is like Christmas to me. I love watching them.
I like Russ because he has to wake up at like 3 a.m.
It's gonna be doing work for me this year, which is so weird. To be like listening to it at work.
Yeah, I hate not catching stuff live. Like, I hate reading about it after the fact. I feel like everyone's got like a leg up on me. I'm like, no, I wanted to see it with you.
I think one of the conferences starts at like 5 too, and I get off work at 5:30, so it's gonna be the worst.
Remember when we went to the Deftones concert? We streamed the Sony conference on our phone and plugged it into the radio and listened to it on the way to the concert.
You guys are so lame.
We are the biggest storks. On our way to a rock show, like listening to the freaking Sony press conference.
Arton tweeted at us, Pokemon Snap You or Riot.
I wish.
Nice.
That would be great.
It doesn't make sense. It should be perfect.
For it. Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't care what's perfect.
It's like the system was made to make that game. Like, do it.
Come on, Nintendo.
They did decide to bring over the Fatal Frame that's going to use the gamepad, so maybe.
Oh, yeah? That's interesting.
Maybe.
Is that Crimson Butterfly, or is that another one?
No, Fatal Frame is the one with the ghost camera. You take pictures of ghosts.
Yeah,
Is that
I thought there was one,
That
like the
is
second one or
exactly what they
whatever, was
bring it.
Crimson Butterfly. I don't know.
They're just gonna
is that-
take that game, but they're gonna put Pokemon in it.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
It's like the new Fatal Frame. It's not like,
Okay, gotcha. Because Crimson Butterfly was the one that was like terrifying. Apparently, it was like really hard to find.
oh yeah, I think that's the third one,
Yeah, okay. I want to play that.
or is that the second one? I can't remember.
I don't know, one of those.
Either way,
2 or 3.
definitely not one, unless it's one. I don't know.
Could be 4.
Who even knows?
Well, I guess that wraps up the podcast. That was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, should we
E3.
go and say like what we're most excited for, like the one thing?
Yeah.
Wait, we've got YouTube questions.
Oh,
I
got
think
YouTube.
did we have anything on the YouTube?
Yeah, I think we did have a question. So let me look that up, and while I'm doing that, y'all can go through what you're most looking forward to, and I'll do mine. I should be able to close in time. So y'all can go ahead and start.
Fallout's all I
Start
care
off there.
about.
Fallout's all you care about. That's
That's
it.
all I care
Well,
about.
you already know. You already know it's happening, though. So how can you be excited?
But we know so little.
I'm excited to see
We know
more.
it's in Boston. We know Tom. What's his name? Baker might be
Britt.
voicing the main guy. So that's kind of cool.
3 dogs.
It is.
We
I know.
do?
3 dogs come back.
Yeah,
Or the voice
apparently,
actors.
that's a rumor that's going around. And like if you listen to the trailer, because I've listened to it a few times, it kind of sounds like him.
It was Ron Perlman.
No, like at the end when it's the character that talks.
Oh.
They're
could
saying
be.
that's Baker.
I mean, he does pretty much every other game, so
It's true.
I'm not really surprised or excited for that. That's just kind of okay.
Yeah, it's weird if
Surprise!
the game doesn't
What it
have Troy
does.
Baker in it.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah. Or what's the other
Kiefer
male?
Sutherland.
No, the
the
one
guy
that's
doesn't
in
have
everything. Yes.
What's his name?
David Hayter.
No.
I'm just thinking about other characters.
No,
Nolan North.
Yeah. No, Nolan North, not Nolan Ryan.
No one rain baseball. It's gonna be at E3.
Gosh darn it.
Along with Joe Montana football. Okay,
Yeah.
Ashley, what's your most excited?
I really hope Red Dead 2. I
Oh,
hope that
man,
we
that
get
would
a
be
lot
amazing.
about Red Dead 2. Please,
So,
please.
God,
Let
if that
there be
happens, I
a
would
lot
just
of stuff
like.
about Red Dead 2.
This would
And
be
I
the best
also
E3.
want there to be like something. I just want a ridiculous thing to happen. Like, ridiculous game. I want there to be a real surprise. I know it's really hard to do that in this age where everything is on the internet and 30 seconds of happening, but let there be something that they've managed to keep in their pocket. I don't even care who it is. It can be Ubisoft for all I care. Let there be somebody who has something really great in the pocket that they get to really shock everybody with.
Half-Life 3.
Yeah. Or alternatively, have it be that Fallout 4, they're like, and it's live right now.
Oh God, don't
Yeah.
tease
Go down
me
on
like
it.
that. Ah!
I would call into work on Monday.
I'm shocked.
I really want to hear some Mass Effect 4 stuff. Big surprise. But that would make my E3 that, and oh my god, Red Dead would be so amazing. Also some indie stuff. I want to see some new indie games. And this is kind of like a good time for the consoles to renew their support with indie developers. So I think that'll be cool. Yeah. PC stuff as well. I'm glad that the C3 is kind of a little bit more PC focused. I don't want to say they're gonna focus on all PC games because it's
There's a conference
E3.
for PC
Yeah.
gaming.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. But Mass Effect all the way.
We already know a lot about Metal Gear Solid 5. In fact, I don't read a lot about it too much anymore, just because I don't want the story to be ruined. Even if there is apparently less than it usually is. So this E3, I'm definitely looking forward to Fallout 4 information because we know where it is, but I just want to see more of it. And they're releasing the release date, so that'd be awesome. And I re-downloaded Fallout 3 to play, so I'm going to do that. But like Rob, I'm also excited to see Mass Effect 4 stuff, just because they said that it's going to be like different with different characters, and that can be a hard thing because I loved a lot of the Mass Effect characters, especially like Morden and like Garrus. So you're kind of scared. Oh, I know. You're kind of so fave. But so you're kind of scared because you're like, can they make characters like that are just so memorable? But you're also excited because you have such good memories and stuff.
I have faith in BioWare. Like, they know how to tell a story. So
yeah, I always have faith in BioWare.
I am hoping that some of those characters like show back up, but I wouldn't be like devastated if they didn't.
Yeah, because they just said that it wasn't going to follow Shepard. Correct? Yeah. So there's definitely ways that they can, especially because that game, I guess it can be a different story for everyone. So in some scenario, they could all be alive while they're all dead for someone else. So.
I'm hoping is like maybe it's set even further in the future, and like Shepard is some kind of like war hero, and like you're just like kind of following in his shadow or something. I don't know. That's just
he's like Yoda. You have to find him in the swamp. But so yeah, in a nutshell, I'm excited for Fallout 4 info and Mass Effect 4. The 4.
Yeah. I'm like, it's seeming less and less likely just with how full Bethesda's conference seems already, but I'm still really hoping for a Dishonored sequel.
It's gonna happen, Bear.
I mean, the conference is, like you guys said, it's like an hour long, so they have to show something else, I would assume.
Stuff in it.
I feel like they wouldn't call a conference just for Fallout and, like, Doom. Like, I know they're going to talk ESO, because that just launched on consoles, but I feel like there's room. I feel like it could happen.
Is it too soon after ESO for, like, an Elder Scrolls game?
Yeah, way too soon. Especially with Fallout. They usually trade off. I think it'll be Fallout and then maybe another Elder Scrolls in like a couple years.
Yeah, maybe they'll say we're on Works in it and that'll get a round of applause, I'm sure.
For me, I'm self-admitted Nintendo fanboy, so I'm just looking towards their conference in general. But if there's like one specific thing, probably Red Dead 2 has got to be. It's either Red Dead 2 or Mass Effect. Because Red Dead, it's like top 5 games that I've played in the last 10 years. Red Dead's up there. So, that Mass Effect and just like I said, the whole Nintendo conference. I really hope to see. I don't know. I hope Nintendo surprise me if they deliver on a Metroid, a Animal Crossing, a Star Fox, whatever. I'll be happy with that. And I already know we're getting a Zelda, so. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Oh, the one comment, it was funny. We had a comment from Dragon of Eternity, or a question, I should say. What do you think From Software will plan to do after Skull of the First Sin and Bloodborne? They're having success with the difficult third-person RPG style, so I doubt they would change that up. Do you think they will stick with the medieval steampunk theme or try to go more? Oh, let me read more. It's funny because we already know the answer to this. Go more into futuristic. Also, do you think there's a danger of them turning into the companies and pumping out yearly and increasingly buggy titles? I'm looking at you, Assassin's Creed. It's funny because we brought that up. But so they did announce Dark Souls 3. That was after this post happened, and I don't think they'll. I don't think they're going to pump it out on a year-to-year basis.
I don't think they would ever do that. Like, their games are always so polished when they come out. Like, I could never see them doing that. Well,
they have with the Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne and now 3. So that is going to be 3 consecutive years, but I don't think we're going to get a Bloodborne 2 in 2017. I don't think that's going to happen, or a Dark Souls 4.
And I don't think they release games until they're like done.
I mean, all the games that they put out so far, in my opinion, I've played them all and they've all been awesome. So, and in Assassin's Creed, they were all really good too, but Assassin's Creed has taken that to the extreme, to the point where they released 2 games in 1 year, and I don't see that happening. At least I hope not. Would you guys?
I hope not either. I mean, you always get nervous because the companies they make money, things are super popular. They want to make more money, blah blah blah. But it seems like From Software has been able to really hold on to their vision of the games and how they want them to look and to hold out releasing them until they're really ready for them to go out into the world.
Exactly.
So hopefully they can keep that. I mean, I think that people appreciate that, like critics and the audience both appreciate that from them, and it's something we've come to expect from them. So hopefully that, that's sort of part of their brand. So let's just hope that they continue on with that theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty much exactly my thoughts too.
Yeah, Dark Souls 3.
Well, unless there's anything else, this is a really fun podcast.
The contest. The winner of last week's was Alan Edgehead, and I kind of forgot to buy the Humble Nintendo bundle ahead of time because I thought I had time. So Alan will get in touch with me and I'll buy him something else. But again, for this week, retweet the podcast or tweet about it with
we'll get you something eventually.
Hashtag TSG podcast, and
I think
we
it should
haven't
be hashtag, what is it? Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, let's do that. This week's. Wait, no, that'll make it sound terrible. Nobody will want to retweet it.
Let's just do the TSG podcast.
Yeah, hashtag TSG podcast, and I have no idea what the prize is. I haven't figured that out.
But it'll
then,
be awesome.
If you want, you can tweet at the TSG account, something about being cautiously optimistic about like a game you're excited for. That way we know that you watch the podcast or listen to it.
Tell us what you're cautiously optimistic about. And join us on Twitter, because I'm sure we're going to be blowing up Twitter.
We'll be all over
Twitter
E3. Sunday and all next week.
Oh, the Mumble. We were going to... every year for E3, we all get together. Wait, Britt, do you want to... You're in charge. Just because I run the Mumble.
You run the Mumble.
Every year, we all get together in Raid Call or Mumble or Vent, whatever we're using at the time, to watch press conferences together and go absolutely nutso in the chat. And then we stick around and voice chat about what we just saw. So this year, we're inviting whoever and whatever to join us for the press conferences, the Mumble info. The address is tsgmumble.ddns.net. Default port, no password. So come join us for E3 talk and press conferences and stuff this coming week.
Yeah.
And we don't talk during it, we just type, so don't be scared that we're going to talk over it and you'll be like, these idiots. It's like, no, we type about how excited we are. So there's that way we're not both talking over each other, as the conference is going on.
Most of us will just mute our headsets anyways, so we won't be able to hear if some inconsiderate person does talk.
Oh, jeez.
If you mute Mumble, will it mute that lady that says what people are typing?
You can just straight up turn that off.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'll
text
listen
to
to that
thing.
eventually.
Yes, if you join us, go into settings and turn off text to speech. Otherwise, it will be a hilariously bad time for you.
Yeah.
It is hilariously bad hearing her try and pronounce some people's names.
All right. Well, it's been awesome. This was a really good podcast.
Bye.
Yep.
I'm not editing this one either. There's nothing to edit out.
Just don't. Whatever.
It was good.
We're so good.
It was good. Yeah.
So we'll have another podcast in probably about 2 weeks, right?
The post E3 podcast.
Post E3.
Yeah. Well, I might do one. Yeah, I'm gonna do one after E3 as well. So we might have 2 that week. That'd be
We should
cool.
do a pre-Fallout 1 and a 3 a pre Metal Gear Solid 1. You guys have convinced me that I need to talk about Metal Gear Solid more.
We'll do that.
All
Goodbye.
right.
It's been awesome.
Bye.
We'll see you
Adios.
at
Bye.
E3.
Goodbye, friends.